Oh man, it is time. It is time to get this video finally up and done. For the most part, somewhat. What's up? Welcome back to King Midas Collects with your boy Vaughn. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Beauty Comics Challenge. Are you a real collector or full of Now, this was a little fun challenge that Beauty put out for the comic book community. Essentially, it had this tier of 125 books. He just wanted to gauge what the community's level of collecting actually is. We're tired of seeing speculation buys. We're tired of seeing the same old books on New Comic Book Day being shown off in every video. And he wants to take a deeper dive into what people are actually holding in their collections. Because nowadays everyone's like, let's grab this big book. Look at this big book that we got. Yeah. But most people sell that book immediately, within 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Who is actually curating their collections and keeping things in their PC? And that's what attracted me to Beauty's YouTube channel in the first place, because I know he's that collector, and he knows that I'm that collector as well. Showing off variants, hard to find books. That's what we do here at King Midas Collects. So he had a couple of tiers. I think it was like 0 through 60, 61 through 75, yada yada. I'm not going to give you my number in this video. We're going to take our time looking through some of the books that we have here, and we're going to do it a little differently because I have over 100 I'm assuming it's over 100 now, long/short boxes. I cannot pull out every single book that Beauty selected. Each of the 125, he selected modern, I think bronze or copper, and then Bronze Age books. I don't think he did any Silver Age. So how I have it set up in my room here, which is a total mess behind me, by the way. You guys see that each and every week, each and every video that gets posted. On the table behind me, I actually have these book holders, right? You're supposed to put like papers, files, or whatever in here. Now I've put comic books in mine, and there's several that you can see lined up on the table back there. But in each one of these, I have the higher end books that I do eventually want to send to CGC. Mind you, for me, CGC not having the pre-screen minimum anymore makes it a little easier for me to kind of try to sneak in a few books that I do feel should be on the cusp of being 9/8 on any day. But we know how the grading is, and how somebody's bad day, nets you a 9.2, 9.4, or even in my case, a Vengeance #1 variant got it in an 8.5. That book is not an 8.5, so I don't know what happened there. Mind you, it still needed a press. I didn't give it a press. So point is, let's get back to this collection here. What we're going to do is just kind of show you what I have here. So it's not necessarily going to be those 125 pure, but a lot of the books that he did show were some of the books that I do own. And then everything else that I'll show you are just other variants and books that were within reach, so to speak. But there's a lot of heat here, okay? So we're going to take our time. This is going to be a long video. I think he had like 28 minutes on his. I'm trying not to go as long. I want to break this up into 2 parts. So let's just show you guys what we have here. And let's start with some slabs. I know for a fact that this book was in Beauty's top 125 challenge. We're going to take them out in the plastic so you can see it a little better, but we're going to try to go quick in the plastics that we can show. So for the modern tier there, Miss Marvel #1. This one is graded in a 9.6. I do have another raw copy of it. I remember buying it straight from the comic book store because at the time I was going through tech school and I couldn't really read too much. But I remember I was playing some Magic, saw it was on the shelf. I was like, oh, new #1, let's pick it up. And it was one of the few that I did with that. Next up is just a variant cover here, but you don't see this very often. This is Art Germ on the Baroness, G.I. Joe issue 218, and 9.6 in an old CBSC slab. Or label. I almost said trade dress there. I'm not sure where we're gonna put those. I'm like, don't have any room anywhere. Next up, this should be a modern book that a lot of people have here. 9/8, all new Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes goodness. Hopefully we get more Robbie Reyes in the future. He was in the video game, the Marvel Midnight Suns video game, so pretty badass. Next up over here, Heat. Avengers 196 first appearance, cover appearance of the Taskmaster in the 9/8, old label there. We're never gonna remove this and try to get a new label because it shouldn't be touched. Good stuff there. This one's actually climbed up, so good to get this for $200 a year and a half ago. But this is George Perez's Sirens issue number 1. This is the New York Comic Con variant, Adam Hughes Virgin variant goodness in the 9/8. Good to have that book. Believe this one was on Beauty's list here. I guess the plastic's okay. You guys can see through the plastic here. This is Umbrella Academy, the free comic book day edition, the very first appearance of the Umbrella Academy. We have it in the 9/6. Won this in a mystery grab bag. So good to have that. We have Amazing Spider-Man number 101. First appearance of Morbius in a 5/0. Good book. I grabbed the wrong slab over here, and in fact I think I left some slabs over there, so I'm gonna have to show that in the next video because I'm not getting up in the middle of this video. Didn't mean to grab that one. But here we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4 in the 9/6. This wasn't clean to press at all. I just sent it in on one of my very first submissions, not knowing what to do with CGC stuff. So first appearance of Silk. We have a beautiful sought after Jenny Frison variant, Ant-Man, randomly, for the Death of X event that was happening at the time. Issue number 10, Jenny Frison variant there. Next up, I can't remember if this one was on his list or not, but you know, any modern collector should have one of these in here. Again, another book that I just submitted without no regard. So 9/4 for Saga issue number 1, first print. Here's a fun book. What if Venom possessed Deadpool number 1, 9.6. Wish we got in the 9/8, but we'll have 9/6. 9/6 has been climbing in price. Noticed just recently it's at $400. Not bad. This is a pretty cool book. Glad to add this in. And you guys, I know you guys have seen a lot of this stuff in videos if you've been watching on weekly. Whenever we get these books in, I do showcase them. So these aren't the first time that they've graced the YouTube community. But here we are with Journey in the Mystery 103. First appearance of Enchantress in a 5/0. Good book. Next up, I was very surprised that Beauty didn't have this on there. But now that I'm like thinking about it in my head, it is Silver Age, and he didn't want to get into Silver Age, so that is the only reason why this wasn't showcased. So, Fantastic Four 52, first appearance of Black Panther in a 3/5. So here's a good modern one. We're going to see some action with this character, I believe, in one of the TV shows. It's going to happen. Amazing Fantasy number 1, first appearance of Anya Corazon, the new Spider-Girl. Good book. One of my favorite variants that I've added to my collection. This is very, very modern. This is the Free Comic Book Day Clementine Special. It was more of a preview for the little young adult graphic novel that came out about Clementine's adventure. First time in comics because she was a character in the video game series. So this is the David Finch Virgin black and white sketch variant here in the 9/8. And one of my more recent pickups here, Jen Bartel goodness, Miss America number 8 in a 9/8. All right, we got some raw sitting over here, so let me show you guys. I think I think Beauty did show off a whatchamacallit, Nintendo book, but it wasn't this one, so we're going to show you guys this one here, The Legend of Zelda number 1. This is the no price variant. The no price books are the ones that you can find in video game stores, so that's why I didn't have a price on it. But this is a mint copy of this book, so hopefully at some point we can get it sent in to CGC. I'm looking around really quick because I feel like I didn't bring over everything that I wanted to. I was like grabbing so many things, but I guess I wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be, but that's okay. Next part 2, we'll curate it a little better. Here we are with, it's okay that the price is on there because that's not what I paid for it, but a crispy copy of Ninja Turtles number 3, first print. Good book. You know, this used to be, I felt like it was kind of a hard to find book because it's kind of, you know, it's a low print run. But it seems that a lot of people have this book in like 9/8s, 9/6s. So I find that rather interesting. What do we have over here? Oh, okay. I gotta go into that box too and show you guys. That box is the first box that's going out to CGC, but it's overfilled, so I had these on top. So we got another Turtles book here. Ninja Turtles Adventures issue number 1. This is a 9/6, 9/8. Contender, so we'll see about that one. I've shown these time and time again, but as a variant hunter, you got to have these Frizzens, these virgin Frizzens that are Ghost, GHOST, baby. Limited to 50 copies. Beauty always calls me the Frizzen hunter, so we got to showcase Miss Jenny when we can. Oh, beautiful. Issue number 5 of her 2013, 2014 run there for Vamp, Miss Vampy. And one of the best books of 2022 cover-wise there. Nightmare Country number 1 featuring Death. Cannot wait to get that slabbed. Needs to be preserved. Next up, Wolverine issue number 8. This was definitely on his list. Good to see this here in the pile. Good book. Classic cover. Next up, another Ninja Turtles. This one's crispy as well. Issue number 4, the NES cover variant here. Beautiful, beautiful book. We have a God of War number 1. Video game books, hot properties. We're just showing it off. That Zelda. I got a Mario here somewhere I can show off to you guys. We'll get there eventually. These are in my pile to send off because they're just beautiful. I don't know how Perillo got away with this, but Vampirella Year 1 number 6, anyone? Beautiful, beautiful books. Another one that's more recent that I want to send off, the 1 in 100. Gilliam March. Something is Killing the Children 29. Great book. Then we have an Art Germ book here. I think this is the 1 in 50 Harley 80th anniversary, or 80th 30th anniversary. She's not that old, friends. Good book. That's the foil. That's the foil cover there. Want to send off this Black Panther Run the Jewels number 2, second print. Good book. We're just showing you kind of what's sitting over here, I guess. I didn't grab that Mario book. I feel really bad about that. And then here's the Adam Hughes 1 in 100 foil variant for the 30th anniversary. I really like this cover. A lot of people are like, yeah, it's not Hughes' best cover, but man's winding down. How many more covers are we going to get out of them, you know? Oh, man, I definitely pulled those books and then I left them over there. That's all right. All right. First up, this was definitely on the list. X-Men 94 there, baby. Good book. Did we get it for $30? We did not. That is on this little thing here. Imagine buying that book for $30. Woo! Steal. Next up, we have an Albedo number 3. I believe this is the second appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. Good book. What we got next here? Oh, New 52. New 52 there. We can't send it in because there's a stamp on that, unfortunately. But first appearance, Simon Bass. We have the Batman Vaughn 1 in 100 variant there. Cool to see. Trying to make sure that we can grab all these at some point so they don't fall on each other. Ooh, good book here. 194 Spider-Man Black Cat. First appearance of Felicia Hardy, baby. What's wrong with that corner there? Oh, you just can't see it. This is a pretty book. It's definitely near mint minus. Say it should hit a 9.2. I don't know. We'll see. Sensational She-Hulk, #1. We have these awesome Jurjevic variants here. Dakin Dark Wolverine #1. This is around the time Ultimate Fallout. Jurjevic was doing it then too. He did it for Iron Man, Avengers, and the X-Men books. I think there's 12 different X-Men variants that he did. And Dakin was one of the cooler ones, but also one of the ones that we had in our store at the time. So, of course, had to buy it. Of course, some J. Scott Campbell goodness here. 607 love. And just a nice little art germ variant there for Spectacular Spider-Man, Mary Jane. All right, let's see. Put these in my lap. I think that's fine. As we move them out, we got to be very careful with these books, friends. Very careful. That Middleton Batgirl, let's go. Beautiful book. What we got next? What we got next? Ooh, some Peach Momoko action here. It's Red Room. When Red Room was going there, Peach Momoko doing horror stuff is always her best work, in my opinion. Next up, we get that Shuri #1. Very nice to see that there. What else? What are we looking at here? Superior Iron. Y'all remember when this was supposed to be hot? Superior Iron Man #1. Did not happen. Dead Spec. Why the Last Man #1? In our previous video, we just saw a homage variant to this cover here. Man, I really wish. This is what got me like super into comics for good. Back into the hobby, and I never left it thanks to that book. I really wish that the show did a lot better, unfortunately. All right. Beautiful, hard to find Dr. Aphra variant here for issue #9. Look at the prices on that one. We have some more Adam Hughes goodness with the Baroness. G.I. Joe, issue #2. I don't know for what series that is there. This beautiful Gleason Black Panther for issue 25, of course. Definitely want one of those graded because it's just a beautiful book. And I guess there's a couple of copies here, which is why you're here. Again, these aren't all the high-end books for sure, but a lot of them are scattered in here as well. So that's why we're just kind of showing off what's in here. Catwoman 45, and play along with the challenge. Issue 16 of the Hulk, first cover, or not the first cover appearance, but I think this is her first actual appearance as the Red Hulk. Oof. Yeah, some Yoshitaka Amano, the thank you variant there for Harley, #1. Then we have this Bitter Root Akira homage. Beautiful book. Very happy to have that. Whew, this is some heat here by Kunka Lim. A Street Fighter swimsuit special. This is a variant from Carnivore Comics. Need I say more? More Adam Hughes goodness. Something is Killing the Children, 21, I believe. Virgin variant there. And this, oh man, I was hunting this book forever. And this is a hard to find variant. One of David Mack's best. Daredevil End of Days #3. Her holding that. Whew. This is a cover right here, folks. Love this book. Absolutely love that book. All right, so let's try to get some of these back in here. Protect these books. You know, that's kind of a lot of books that I kind of have all squished in here. At least they're all standing upright and not stacked. Because I know color rub is a terrible thing. You don't want that happening in your books, folks. I had Action Comics 894, First Appearance of Death continuity, which I always thought was the Captain Atom book, but I guess not. Anyway, point is, I have the variant for that, and I was so happy to like look at it again and check it out and potentially send it into CGC. And man, there's some color rub on that book. It's the worst. All right, so that is the first little pile there. Now let's do the second one. And this time I'm going to take all these books out first, and then we're going to put it back in here. Y'all saw that Catwoman? I didn't think I'd talk about that Catwoman very much. That Sozo Micah goodness. Maybe I did. I don't know. There's so many good books here. So many good books. But of course, we're trying to stick to the challenge as much as possible and show off things that were actually in his video. I'll be sure to put the link down below for you guys to check out his video there. Here's Moon Knight #1, these hip-hop variants. Did he have any hip-hop books? I think that should have been one of them, but I guess he's more so for keys and not actual variants. But he did say, the caveat, one of the rules was, you just have to have that book. If it's a Moon Knight #1, you can have the newsstand version. If there's any variants, that counts towards it. Just basically anything that would indicate that you actually have that book. Heroes Comics 2011, just a beautiful Adam Hughes cover there. Eternals #4, beautiful variant. So we all love Thanos. Adam Hughes again, that Virgin there on Vampirella. I believe that was issue number 11. Oof, one of the best Catwoman covers, and we're going to get to the one that was actually on the 125 list, issue 70 there. Beautiful in the red. Here's a great book, Spider-Man #12 for you modern collectors. You should have this book in your collection. Hope you do. Cover A was cover A. We have Peach Momoko. This is a third printing, 1 in 25. Can't believe that we're in an era where there's 1 in 25s for a third print. More Adam Hughes goodness there on that Black Cat #2. And this is a little more recent here. Oh, #1, Something's Killing the Children. I believe this is the 4th print. Good to see that book. If you're in the, modern people should have that book. Should really have it. Black Widow #11. This is just a smoking hot Adam Hughes cover, which is why it's in here. Why it's a candidate to be sent to CGC. As is this Raza cover here. Black Adam Endless Winter Special #1. Can't believe I only have one copy of that. I felt like I could have spec'd on that a little harder and got a few, because it's just I always try to buy at least 2 copies if it's a cover I really liked, and that one for 2021 was really good cover. Here's a beautiful book. Oh man, there is kind of like a tear in the staple in the bottom, which breaks into the cover. I don't Is that color? I think it is color breaking because it does break it. Man, I really thought this was a 9.8. This is no longer a 9.8. DC Comics presents first appearance of the new Teen Titans, issue number 36. This is a beautiful book. I mean, it's near mint. Probably gonna hit a 9.2 now with that kind of staple tear there, which is so unfortunate because check out the bottom there. Look at that barcode. You don't see that very often. Okay, make sure that doesn't move there. Next up, Beauty and I have gone back and forth. He's even picked up a copy of this because of me. Flash 754. Used to run track and field. I ran 21.3 200 back in the day. I just love that cover. Him just stretching and ready. He's like, watch this. Love it. Here's a big book. Big variant here. Weirding Willows. Number 1. A1 Titan Books art germ cover there. Try to find that cover, y'all. In this grade too. It's near mint plus, baby. Talk about something that's over $1,000 now. NYX issue number 3. When I bought this, they said it was a 9.4. Bought it for $500. I can see why. There's some spine ticks, but those are not color breaking spine ticks. I've never checked out the back of this book, so maybe it just needs that press. Next up, Wonder Woman 184. Classic again. Adam Hughes cover. Certificate of authenticity because this bad boy is signed. And as you can see that AH right in the middle where it's signed. Because the other AH on the book is way in the... I was like looking for it. It's like right here. It's hiding right there, which is great because it, you want to hide that so it doesn't take away from the cover. Next up, Invincible Iron Man issue number 9, first appearance of Riri, or Ironheart, I guess. Issue number 7 was the cameo, I believe. So I think that's the one that he had in his top, in that 125. He didn't have this one though. Look at this, Robotech, the Maycross Saga, baby. Number 1. Get you some there. Good book. Good book. And we have Zatanna, Everyday Magic, square bound. Still up there in price with that one. DMZ number 1. Just again, around the time of Why the Last Man with that book. Just absolutely enjoy it. Then we have a David Finch Radiant Black Virgin number 1 there that continues to skyrocket in price. Craziness there. Crazy goodness there. One of my favorite Supergirl art germ covers there for issue number 18. I pick up so many. Every time I see this, I pick it up. We Live issue number 1. Good book. We have second print 1 in 25, Joker number 2, featuring Vengeance, first appearance of her. We have shout out to the classics here. Well, I thought this was the Sienkiewicz. Is this the Sienkiewicz? I don't know who's on that one. I think it's Sienkiewicz. Moon Knight number 1. And the last one out of here, again, more Adam Hughes love. Issue number 2 there. Electro Black, White, and Blood. All right, cool. So let me put these back. And then we have one final more of these bookends here before we're going to cut off the part 1 here because we're almost hitting 30 minutes. All right, bear with me, y'all. I know everyone's gonna watch this on 1/2, 2 times speed. You'll be all right. What we got here first? Oh, we got a nice little Mike Mayhew, Star Wars, High Republic. Good book, the glow in the dark one. Mary Jane, Gwenom vs. Carnage, issue number 2, David Nakayama. This is kind of interesting because I haven't looked through these bookend here. Whatever the hell, what do you call these things? These bookends in a long time, so I don't even know what's in here, to be honest. Something is killing the children, Peach Momoko. Maybe it's like issue 16 or 17. Virgin there. We have the Color Bleed Nakayama for Gwenom again. Gwenom versus Carnage. So that was a Mary Jane Gwen book, and there she is getting carnageized. Is that how you pronounce that? Those are the first time I was exposed to those Color Bleed books, so I thought they were fire at the time. Now I do feel like they're a little overdone, but it works, and they're Nakayama's making money doing those covers. There's a really cool one here, Thor 617, the Tron variant, first appearance of Kid Loki. Next up, this one's really cool. First appearance of Lady Deadpool. This is the third print variant there. You got this at 25% off. So we did not pay $185, but I did pay up for it because I love my variants, and finding that cover was fire. Here we go. Catwoman 51. The most iconic cover from that run there with the lost numbers. Beautiful book. She-Hulk, the Savage She-Hulk, number 1. Good book. We're just trying to get through this. Another Nakayama. Did he show this book? I'm not sure if he showed this book, but I think this is awesome. Dr. Voodoo, Avenging the Supernatural. This is the variant number 1. Hard to find variant. Good book. Now this is probably the coolest book that I have. We have a comic cavalcade from 1943, I believe. Should say it on here. The spring second issue. I mean, what more can you say about this? This stuff is awesome. Nobody ever finds stuff like this, and we have one right here. Boom. Good book. Oldest book I got, by the way. That is a comic book. Do have some novels that are a little older. First prints. In Hyuk Lee, I believe, on that Department of Truth. I guess it's just a good cover that I had in here. Maybe thought of grading at one time. Same with his Boss Logic here. Death Metal, Rise of the New God. I remember this being a really, really hot book at one point in time. More Department of Truth action there. Good book. This one's the rare, hard to find Jeff Lemire 1 in 25. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that in person. Or if they have, it's been a long time since I showcased it. Looks like I just have some older Secret Hearts, Heartthrobs, Falling in Love books. So nothing spectacular there. That's not a big book. This is a big book. World War Hulk number 1. The Diamond Retailer sketch variant there. Looks like that's going to do it for part 1, what I pulled over here. I think there's more fire stuff in these other 2 that you guys can see right here. So I got 1, 2, and then way over here there's another one. There's a pile over behind me back here where there's a bunch of slabs that I was supposed to bring over here. I guess I didn't move them. So we'll make sure to show you guys in part 2. And then I have a short box as well of more keys that I want to get graded, but are the higher end keys. And we'll just see what's in there. I think it's fun that way. And I will also reveal the number that I actually have for beauty. So I hope you guys like this video. I like doing more content like this as opposed to just like comic book finds or weekly comic talk hauls, so on and so forth. This is the bread and butter of somebody's collection. So shout out to Beauty again. Thank you so much for throwing this challenge out to the community. It's a lot of fun curating and seeing what people actually have in their PCs. Bag and boredom.